Welcome to this week's top 10 trending skincare poll results. I laugh because I struggle to get those words out for some reason, but this week's category is on cleansing oils and micellar waters. Just some 2 housekeeping points. I wanted to say thank you so much for your feedback on the video that I posted with my simplified skincare routine. I didn't realize that so many of you were skincare maximalists, and that has made me really happy. So I will definitely film my more extended, true version of my skincare routine soon. And also I'm filming this while I'm doing a wear test on the new sunscreen from The Ordinary. But I mentioned in another video that I just filmed, I feel like I'm getting a little bit shiny. So if I do look a bit more glossy than normal, that's because I'm using a sunscreen that I don't normally wear. Anyway, let's get back to the top 10 trending micellar waters and cleansing oils. The goal of this video is to identify the products that people love the most or are currently using for effective sunscreen and makeup removal. I'll throw in any thoughts that I have on these particular products if I've tried them, but I haven't tried everything on this list, so this will probably be a slightly shorter video. I'll start off with number 10, and I'm actually super happy and excited to see number 10 on the list, and that's the Chanel Anti-Pollution Cleansing Oil. As you know, if you've been watching me on YouTube especially, I'm an advocate for Chanel skincare. I think they're quite underrated, and some of their pricing is not too far off Sephora brands, so there's sometimes a perception that they're super expensive, and they are, but not to the point where it's like astronomically different to some of the products that you're already probably using. Now, having said that, the anti-pollution cleansing oil is not my favorite. I actually have it in rotation. You might be able to spot it in the background there. It is a slightly richer, thicker oil, so some oils you might have used feel quite runny. This has a bit more body to it, and so it's a little bit more moisturizing. I actually think people who have dehydrated, slightly drier skin would really enjoy the Chanel oil. It emulsifies and rinses really well, especially if you follow up with a second cleanse. So I think an effective product, and it has their signature floral scent. Next up at number 9 is Tatcha, the Camellia Cleansing Oil, and this is one of my personal favorites. I haven't used it in over a year, but I remember it having a relatively fluid texture with a really soft, delicate fragrance. I loved the viscosity of this one. I think it was really well balanced, where you did get the fluidity from it, but it wasn't so runny that it felt like water. And it allows for good massage time on the skin, and also emulsifies and rinses really nicely. So I think Tatcha did a great job with this. I actually need to rebuy it myself. Number 8 is the Beauty of Joseon Ginseng Cleansing Oil. Now this one I haven't tried. I use a handful of fast fashion skincare brands, but I really don't want my skincare routine to get out of control with them. And Beauty of Joseon is just one of those brands that I never developed any interest in. I think it's funny that they've called it ginseng, considering they had some issues with the KFDA on ginseng, on the ginseng quality they use. But anyway, Beauty of Joseon is totally fine for the price, just not a brand that I'm going to use. Now, kind of ironically, number 7 is the true ginseng brand, and that's the Sulwhasoo Gentle Cleansing Oil. And so yes, if I'm going to go out there and seek out something with ginseng, I'm going to go to the brands that actually know what to do with it and are actually using the good extracts, and that would be Sulwhasoo. I'm not sure that, ginseng and all of that is super relevant in a cleansing oil, so it probably doesn't matter. But I prefer brands that devote their time to research. They're not just businesses. So that's why Beauty of Joseon is a no. Sulwhasoo is a big yes. Kose. Number 6 is Kose, or is it Kose Softymo Speedy Cleansing Oil. This is another one that I haven't tried. I probably should one day. It's a really cost-effective option. From what I understand, it is a little bit more of a utility cleansing oil where it's like super quick, super fluid to use, hence the name Speedy. And that's really not the type of cleanser that I prefer. So if I'm using an oil-based product, I tend to prefer a little bit more of an indulgent feel with it. But I can't really comment because I haven't tried. Number 5 is the go-to Fancy Face Nourishing Oil Cleanser. And this is a favorite oil cleanser for a lot of people, sold at Mecca here in Australia. For me, this one was that little bit too rich. I think it probably does need a cloth to do effective removal. So if you do prefer using a face towel or a flannel, then this is definitely the type of cleansing oil that you would enjoy, but just one that was that little bit too much work or effort for me to remove. Number 4 is the Skin 1004 Madagascar Madagascar Centella Light Cleansing Oil. This is another one that I haven't tried, so no real thoughts, but it does seem to have a really great price point, so I can see why it's popular. Number 3 is the Bioderma Sensibio Micellar Cleansing Oil, and this one I do have and enjoy. It's also in the background here somewhere. This is quite a thick, heavy feeling oil, so the viscosity of this one is on the heavier side. I find it a little bit clingy, so it's not the easiest cleansing oil to rinse, but it actually works really well and feels quite nice and indulgent on the skin. It's just sometimes I feel like it sticks a little bit too much, so I need a lot of water to remove it. But the Sensibio range overall kind of targets like delicate or sensitized skin, so it probably makes sense that they have quite a nourishing cleansing oil on range. Number 2 is the Prequel Pre-Cleanse. Number 2 is the Prequel Pre-Gleanse cleansing oil, and that's another one that I do have in rotation, again somewhere in the background there. This is a solid cleansing oil. To me, it just feels a little bit superficial, so when I use it, I don't really get like a nourishing oil feel from it. It feels a little bit like a fluid silicone in a way. So I consider this to be a really efficient and express quick cleanser. So not one to use if you do like a slow indulgent process. This you apply and emulsifies instantly and then rinses off with very minimal residue. So I think it's well designed in the context of Prequel as a brand, but because they don't really focus too much on like indulgence, their whole thing is sort of dermatological efficiency. Now, everything on this list has been a cleansing oil, even though technically this was supposed to also be a vote for micellar waters. So I'm happy to say that the number 1 product on the list is a micellar water. And number 1 is, of course, the Bioderma Sensibio H2O Soothing Micellar Water Cleanser. I think probably industry favorite, cult favorite, public favorite, everybody's favorite micellar water. There's probably not a lot of reason to use others. This is a great product. I love to use it as a toner personally and always have it in rotation. So highly suggest, highly recommend. Bioderma is a great brand. But if you have a different micellar water that you love, I'd love to hear from you, considering this list has been absent of other options. That's it for this video. Let me know if I'm getting too shiny for real from this sunscreen. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd love if we could hang out together some more. Anyway, I will see you in the next video, and thanks again for watching if I haven't already said it.